It's very interesting that Duane was mentioning, the literal mind and kind of thinking, well, where are you going? And really deciding to kind of step up every moment and see something else. I had an experience with the father, here, and he was sharing his real side experience with me. Appeared to be in the physical sense. He came up from the right hand side with these big glasses on. Um, with the lenses in and such, and that always pertains to the physical sense. And he shared an experience that he had where he learned to fly, and he finally flew away from all these situations. And they could even be a part of myself, because again, I just shared the experiences about being able to fly fluently, etc. And so he shared this experience with me, and I could see that even though we're flying and whatever, that's not an absolute at all. That doesn't really mean anything, you might say, if you want to kind of phrase it like that. It doesn't really mean anything, unless we make it mean something, that, okay, we're this, or we're like an angel, we can fly, like, however you could frame it. There's a lot of different ways. But in reality, it's really nothing, because that's in creation only. And I could see that because as he was sharing this experience with me, he was trapped in maybe like a circus tent or some kind of tent with all these people he didn't really want to be around and whatever. And he flew out of the tent. Well, when he flew out of the tent, all of a sudden, the air that he was flying through turned into water. So he really wasn't in the sky. Even myself, let's just say it was myself, I really wasn't even in the sky. I was under the water, with the considerations of flying, or of thinking that it's something when it's really not. It's movement, and that's in creation only. It's kind of exaggerated. Um, and I knew that if I stayed there under the water, of course you would drown. The water starts to seep into your nostrils, all that stuff, right? And yeah, I just wanted to share that. Yeah, that again, this flying thing is cool too, but it's not an absolute, because again, all that stuff is in creation. Thinking that we can get somewhere, or even get to the real universes by flying, that's just a mind thing. So yeah, just wanted to share that with everybody.
Jeremy, that's cool. Thank you. Yes, I know. I went through that too. I used to. I tried all different kinds of things when I first got into the corporation with Paul, etc. I used to sit in my bathroom and bring the blankets and even the mattress when we had this apartment in Huntington Beach when I was young. And I would sit there for hours and hours and just, leave the body, have experiences, whatever, and just practicing that. But as time has went by and whatever, and the flying, whatever, on the real side or whatever, or here, I really have no desire to do that. You have the people that are promoting astral projection and lucid dreaming and all that, and it's fine. It's all part of it, and the thrill of flying and doing all this stuff and, changing things. You can change things. I've done that on the real side in the past and gotten myself in trouble too. And one of the boys telling me, you're never going to get out of here if you keep doing that. And so again, just playing around with stuff in the formative years. But again, look at the sun shining. It's not flying anywhere. It's awareness. And that's what's so cool. You can let go. You don't have to do anything. You just be and just do what you're doing. And it's all okay because it's awareness. And so, again, we're prompted to think that, we're to do something, accomplish whatever, but just like the sun shining. And with our physical here, okay, so with my physical body, what I'm doing is I'm just taking part in the activity of being very creative, and that's what Revizar and Paul do. Paul has this, you ought to see some of the places that he has on the real side. I mean, they're like big offices and museums or whatever, because he's got all these toys that he utilizes to, present whatever he does to people to help them become more aware. So he's got his playground, and that's what he likes to do. And I do too, all the stuff here, whatever is utilized or what have you, and, playing with Facebook and just getting out there and getting the response because of how this world is. You cannot think for others. You cannot think that, oh, you're here and that, they're going to see you or whatever. No, you've got to do a lot of funny stuff to get their attention. And that's where Paul created Eckankar. He created something off the wall, but what is there, just like the new presentation, is the real guidance. And so we've moved the vocabulary around and not used the old references because as I took the position, I saw the hue destroyed and the is decides, and this will evolve. The new you, it will become something else once this becomes saturated. But right now, this is what the isness is deciding, to make this connection. That's all. And it's trying to help every unaware soul become new. And it's so simple, but, because again, we're so literalized. And so, yes. And if you do, have fun, just go do it. It's like surfing. It's like bike riding, whatever. Like to ride my bike, like to walk, do these things. Yes, do them. There's no negating anything. You just do it. But the best part is your intent and your heart and what you see. And that's so cool. And so, again, we had some experiences in one of the group and talked about this very little, but the reality of life, the answer is the silence. But it's not where you just be silent. That's the idea. That's not the idea. That's the literal side of people thinking so. No, you need to recognize the silence. That's real. It's not about being silent. It's about recognizing the silence. Just like the air we breathe, it's silent, realistically, unless there's wind. That's something else. That's because of the atmosphere. But the air we breathe is silent, but you simply recognize that you're breathing. So this is where people have misunderstood. It's like, okay, I'm to hear nothing or think nothing. No, that's not the idea at all, because you want to create some kind of activity that helps you become more aware. And as we get together here, we share our experiences, and it helps me too, as I listen to others, better understand and interject something to help them along too. That's my focus. It's not, there's nothing in it about me. It's all about what life is now. So the master and guru ideas are gone. So when people are experiencing here on the real side, masters and gurus of a particular, fine, have fun, but that's not the idea anymore, because it's about awareness. But if you fly in the real side, yeah, have fun with it. But I really never consider it anymore, because it's like, okay, if I fly over there, I'm over there, then I'm still here now. So I'd rather focus on being here now and then just letting the nonsense go and being okay like the sun shining. So I don't have to fly anywhere to be okay. But whatever people want to do as they go through the stages, yes, we all go through that. We want the thrills, etc. And sometimes you want that. Like sometimes at night, Ava and I, we sit there and sing, sing and giggle together. That's most of the time what we do, is just giggle together. I bug her, she bugs me. And so that's just how it is. But we just make it fun. So yeah, thank you, Jeremy, for sharing that. Again, it always goes back to awareness. Everything is awareness. And yes, where are you going? What is it that you have to do? So you want to do something while you're here. And for me, I like the challenge of the unknown. And that's what the silence is. It is the unknown to be recognized, to where you are in creation, you're going through your process. And as long as you're here, this is where you're at. So to me, it makes sense to do something that makes sense with life. And while you're just having to deal with the physical body and whatever, but at the same time, the 5 bodies are helping you adjust to become more aware and see what's real. It's in the seeing, so it's not literal. So again, that literal mind, face your mind if you want the real challenge to recognize what isn't real with it and what aligns itself with the world. And that's okay too, because you need that too. We're on the computer, we're using the literal world. but to see the difference and to see what reality is and how life is. And again, the sunshine is the best example because it shines on all and it deals with whatever it does in the physical realm, and then on up to, and it's not up, but to as the isness is, we'll say. Yeah. Thank you, Jeremy.